Hello, hello, and welcome to Notary Life with Kimmy. I hope everyone is well. I am Kimmy, one of the trainers over at Notary Educators. For those of you who do not know, and we teach people in all 50 states how to be a great notary and how to build successful businesses. I will let Alexis introduce herself. Ladies first, and then we'll get Jeffrey.
Hello, everybody. It's Alexis with Alexis Notary Services, and I am also a part of Notary Educators. How are you all doing today on this lovely Monday?
Jeffrey, who are
Hey,
you?
who am I? Hey, everybody. This is Jeff Nunley, another member of the Notary Educators, and good to have you all this evening, so we can have get some things worked out, talked about this evening. Good to see you.
So tonight's topic is we'll give YouTube a few minutes to notify people. Again, we want to welcome everyone on the replay and also those of you who will be listening to the podcast. We're talking all things Apostille tonight. That's still a hot buzz topic, and it's something that you can be making money at. I mean, it just really is. That's all I can say. It is legit. It's not fake. You can actually make money, and we're going to go over the top 5 questions that we normally receive about apostilles and add a little clarity to it. So let's see how many people are here really quick. Again, we'll just allow a couple more seconds because YouTube will notify you, but they take their time. So what do we have here? 19 people. Welcome everybody. Jeff, you want to say hello to the people in the chat right quick? Just shout out a few.
Hey, everybody. This is Jeff. Good to see you this evening, and glad to have you join us as we discuss a few things, particularly about apostilles.
So Jeffrey's kind of new to the YouTube world. I
Yep.
meant for you to actually welcome the people, like shout out to them.
Oh, I thought you talking about saying welcome. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. All right. Well, we got Miss April on there. We got June, Jill, Mr. Ken. Good to see you again on there, sir.
Are you skipping
Ava.
people? The Notary
Uh,
Down South Variety Concept.
I was at the bottom. I was working my way back up. She don't variety. Hi, Miss Concepts, Variety Concepts, the Notary down south. Where's she at down south? Good to
Jeff, you're
have
gonna get
everybody here.
fired. You're gonna get fired.
Uh oh.
The people are not gonna be happy. Are y'all being kind to Jeffrey while he get learning curve? I'm telling him
Oh, right.
he's talking about himself.
No, I ain't talking about me. I just did. I was looking. I started at the bottom of the list there. I'm working my way up.
All right. We'll be kind, y'all. We'll be nice to him. We'll be nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this. Hold on one second. I had one more thing to click over here. And then we about to do it. We're about to talk about apostilles. So before we get started, how many of you have actually facilitated an apostille? 1 for yes if you're doing this in your business, 2 for no. 1 if you are actually doing apostilles right now, 2 if you are not. 1 yes, 2 no. Let's see. What are the results? Are we doing apostilles? Yes or no? 1 yes, 2 no. Let's talk about it. Got a 1 there. Mr. Ken says not yet. Number 2, somebody do a half and half. Got a 1. Okay. So kind of mixed, mostly no's. So we're gonna answer the top 5. Now, honestly, Variety Concept says 2, not doing it yet, but in the near future. We're going to talk about the top 5 tonight, guys. But honestly, I could have added another 10 questions to this list. Angela is not here. She does have the apostille course. But we all do apostille, so we can all talk about it. So the first question is really quick. What is an apostille? What is it? It's a fancy word. It's so funny. Someone saw that on my business card and she said, do you all offer mobile prayers? Because she was thinking like an apostle, like in the Bible. You know, it was the funniest thing. And I was like, why would she ask me that? She was trying to figure out what an apostille is. So an apostille, though, is a higher level of authentication needed on a document before it can leave the country. Okay. It may be going to Mexico. It may be going to Colombia. But it cannot just leave your hands and go directly over there in most cases. It will need to go through the notary's hands, and it will need to go to the Secretary of State. Sometimes it needs to go to Washington, D.C., and then it can finally get on a plane or FedEx or whatever and go to another country. The little document, okay? So that's what an apostille is, a higher level of authentication. Now, our second question is, why would somebody pay you to facilitate the apostille for them and not do it themselves? Alexis and Jeffrey, would you all like to add a little value as to why a client would be willing to pay us as the notary to facilitate it?
Well, I'll start off. I mean, because the answer is there that they may not know where to go. They may not want to stand in lines to handle the paperwork. And because of that, they'll pay for the convenience.
Yep. Alexis?
Yep. Exactly that. So they'll pay for the convenience. A lot of my clients, the business hours of our Secretary of State here is like 9 to 5, let's say. Mm-hmm. And all my clients work 9 to 5. So convenience, and they simply don't know what to do or what the process is. So some of the processes are a little lengthier, and some of my clients just don't want to deal with it or learn it or anything. They're just like, here, you do it.
Yeah.
So
Alexis, that was an excellent point about the hours of the Secretary of State, because in most states, the Secretary of State is open the time people are at work. So you got to take off work and try to handle a process that you don't know anything about, even though if you really take your time and look at the instructions, it's pretty clear. But the average person does not like to read. And with apostilles, you must be a reader. And that's my problem, too. I'll be honest. I'm like, I'm looking through it and I'm like, oh. And I'm calling Angela or calling Alexis. And I'm like, oh, okay. Or asking Jeffrey. I'm saying, if I had just read it. So they would rather pay you to do it. So it really is just as simple as that. The convenience factor that Jeffrey mentioned, it's like, I don't want to be bothered with this. We pay for everything now. People pay to get their dogs walked, okay? They don't want to walk their dogs. We pay for everything nowadays. So people will pay you to facilitate this. Now, the next question that we get often is it legal for me to do apostilles in my state? Is it legal in my state? All notaries in all states can help facilitate the apostille. What happens is a notary will call the Secretary of State and say, hey, I'm going to be an apostille agent. And the Secretary of State is like, no, you are not. You cannot do apostilles. So notaries are often confused. We're telling you here on YouTube, hey, you can make all this money doing apostilles, and you call your Secretary of State and tell you no. What the disconnect is, the actual authentication must come from the Secretary of State. As notaries, we do not apostille documents. Let me repeat. We do not physically apostille the document. It must go through the processes. Okay, so we may touch the document, but you will never apostille the document. You're just a go-between, okay? You're just a go-between from you and the Secretary of State and the client. You're the middle guy. You're the middleman, okay? So you would never actually stamp the document saying apostille. That would always be from the Secretary of State. Did you want to add anything to that, Alexis or Jeffrey?
Yeah, I think that really is a major disconnect. So just make sure when you're talking about apostille, when you're putting it out there, like on your pages and stuff, make sure you just know how to word it, that you're facilitating.
Now, there's a question here before we get any further from Variety Concepts. She was asking, I think she was asking whether apostilles always will be leaving the country.
Yes, they will always be leaving the country. The United States headed somewhere else. There are over 100 different countries part of what's called the Hague and the non-Hague. We're not going to even get into all that tonight, y'all. We are not. But some countries, the process is simpler. This is the way I like to explain it. For some countries, the process is a little simpler. And then other countries require more documentation before it can be accepted in their country. Okay. So that's how we're going to leave that tonight, because that's a whole nother topic. I do have about 6 videos already on my channel about apostilles. I'm pretty thorough, but these are, again, some of the most common questions we still receive about apostilles. Okay. And Jeffrey, did you want to add anything to it about being legal in all states or not?
No, I'm good. You're doing good. Now, there's another question, though, from Ava Sandoval. What form do we fill out?
Yeah, it's going to be depending on your state. You have to
Mhm.
go to your state. Okay, your state Secretary of State is where it normally starts. There are a few exceptions to that. New York, I believe Maryland and Georgia has a different process. New York, maybe not Virginia. Let me take that back. I know it's New York and Florida. No, dog it. What I said first?
You said
New
New
York,
York, say
Georgia,
Florida.
and it's one more state. I think it's Maryland has another process that has. It's not just straight to the Secretary of State. Okay. April says it seemed more complicated, but after watching my video, it seemed easier. Yes, it is easier. It is easier than it appears to be because it does look very complicated. It took me 4 months to even want to think about doing apostilles. People would always ask me, do you do them? Do you do them? I'm like, no, no, and no. It is so funny. So at the same time, I started to go ahead and learn. Like, this is a slower time in the business. This is a good time to learn about apostilles. When I decided to actually learn about it, it was so funny because Angela at the same time was learning about it. And we brought our knowledge together and she ran with it like a bull. So that's her niche. That is her thing. She's killing the apostille game. Okay. And I'm still a little afraid, quite honestly. Thank you, Notary Down South, New York, Maryland, and Georgia. Yes, that's what I thought. Tennessee does not have any issues. Matter of fact, they're very easy to do. I just had one for Tennessee. Oh, bonus question really quick. You can facilitate an apostille in any state. Doesn't matter where you live at. That's a bonus. That was a statement, but it's a fact. All right, but we don't. That's not one of the questions, so we're gonna get back on topic so we can take some of your questions tonight. The next one is, why does someone need an apostille? Why does someone even need this? Why? Alexis, you want to talk to that one?
Yeah, so you'll get two things. So one, a lot of people are handling business, and whatever entity they're handling business with, that's what they request. So you'll get people that say, "Oh, my lawyer said that I need an apostille," and basically that whoever notarized that document is a notary in whatever state, county that they're located in. So it just depends on the situation. So many different situations why people need them.
Yes. Yes. And also a few more specifics is, did you want to add to that, Jeffrey?
I was just going to add as a little as a caveat when we are. It's important that you sign your any paperwork as however you sign your name that's registered with the with your state. It should be you sign it the same way. If you have a middle initial or what have you, you need to sign it the same way because that can invalidate. I think you had something, Kimberly, a while back, where when you go to the the county clerk, they can look at all the notaries and see who's registered. And if that notary, or let's say you're handling some paperwork that another notary stamped, and now you're taking it to get apostilled, they can check and see if that a person that notarized the previous notary, if their signature was correct. And so it's those are just a little caveat, but just to be aware specifically for yourself so that doesn't come back on you somewhere down the road, because you are sending documents out of the country. It's going to be FedEx or UPS or what have you, and these people are trying to get they're expecting to have certain their life or their business to be handled in a timely fashion.
And there are so many caveats to doing apostille, so we can't even cover all of them. But that was a nice extra gem that Jeffrey just dropped for those of you who are doing them and thinking about it. The way you signed as the Secretary of State, it has to match the document or it will not even be approved. So that's what they're checking for at the Secretary of State. For example, my name is Kimberly Y. Nunnally. I cannot just put Kimmy in my last name. I cannot just put a big KY in my last name. I need to sign it exactly as it was issued from the Secretary of State. Okay. That's just the extra gem there. The last question we have, and then we'll get some of your questions, is what if I don't live near the Secretary of State? Can I still make some of this apostille money that y'all talk about? I don't live near the Secretary of State. The Secretary of State is 4 hours from me. Or you trying to get something facilitated. I'm in Georgia, but I need a document apostilled in Florida. How do I still make money? So you can be what we call a courier, or you can hire a courier. So you will still be the main point of contact, but like if your Secretary of State is 4 hours from you, you would find you a notary in that area. Hey, Jill, I need to know, can you run an apostille up to the Secretary of State for me? Now, you're not just calling any notary. You're looking for your 5-star notary. Hopefully someone who already knows about this, or come in our Facebook group and drop it in there. Hey, I need a courier for whatever state. And then you'll facilitate it that way. They'll go to the Secretary of State for you. They'll either mail you back the document probably, and then you get it back to your client. So you're still the go-between, but now you just need another person, boots on the ground, to help you get it completed. Or you may even be asked to facilitate it. You may even be asked. What does that mean? Jeffrey is in California. The document is here in Georgia. And he may call me and say, hey, Kimmy, I have a document in Georgia. Can you not just the courier part, but he might just want me to facilitate the whole thing. He may not want to be bothered with it at all. And we get that quite often too. So if you have an apostille, and you could pay that person a little kickback. I'll use the word kickback or something. So you might say, it might be, I might pay you $50 for every time you send me an apostille or something like that. I don't know what dollar amount, because it depends on when, where, what, who, and all that, right? That's just the dollar amount. But if you have an apostille, you receive a phone call, and it's something that you cannot do, you can refer it to one of us, and then we will handle it, and then we'll pay you a little something on the back end for referring it to us, okay? So that's always another option and another way you can make money. Because I'll be honest, some things I just don't want to do, and I'll give it to Angela, because some states are way more complicated than others. Like I mentioned, anything with New York, and I go, oh, I almost have an anxiety attack. So I'd rather not be bothered with it, and she could just give me a little money on the back end, and I'll be just as content. I still made something out the deal. So those are our top 5, really 5.8 questions that we receive about apostilles. We're going to go ahead and take your questions over in Facebook, and we're going to take them on YouTube. Jeffrey, would you like to ask the questions on YouTube, and Alexis can handle Facebook for us, because she's the only one could ever see if she got the power.
Yeah.
One more thing, babe, before you get started. So we will be wrapping up, guys, tonight around 6:40ish, because we all have 7 o'clock appointments tonight. We are working in these notary streets. So we all have 7 o'clock appointments. So we'll be wrapping up around 6:40. So do not be afraid to put your questions in there, because we will have to stop at 6:40. Okay. All right, babe.
Yeah, the question I think was from Ava Sandoval. I think we kind of got the other questions answered earlier. The question that she had is, how long does it normally take to get approved? I'm just going to assume, I think just I guess a standard apostille or what have you. I believe that's what she's asking.
That's going to be a tricky one, April, only because what time are you looking at?
6:16. That's from Ava Sandoval.
Okay, because April had mentioned she watched my video. Now she getting all her folders together too.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So 6:16, you said?
Yes.
Well, we skipped SA the notary too at 6:10. But let's get April's question. I just want to get back on. I want to see where you were so I can follow along. Okay. So to answer that question, though, how long it takes is going to be dependent upon a lot of factors, actually. What state is it going to? Some states are next day. Some days, like in Georgia right now, we can walk in same day, and we can get it done. Other states, 7 to 10 business days, you have to mail it in. They are still not open. You cannot physically walk into the office. So that really just depends on where the document is going.
Mm-hmm. And then going back to 6:10 with SA the notary, I think she was asking on how do you charge? Can you please advise on how to charge getting my first one this month and need some guidance?
Yes. So again, I'm going to refer you back to all my videos, because I have about 6 or 7 on the channel already. But just to be very briefly here, you're going to look at how many documents do they have. is it just a very simple apostille, or do you need to have it done at the federal level? So it's like 3 levels, we like to say. You got your basic run of the mill. So it's a lot of questions you have to ask your client. Do they need you to FedEx something? Because you got to include your shipping. How much is the fee at the Secretary of State level? Some states are $15 per document. Some are $3 per document. Some, if you overpay, they won't process it at all. It has to be the exact amount. In Georgia, if I accidentally overpaid, which I did do that before when I first started doing them, they would go ahead and process it and send you a refund. Some states will not. If the document fee is $12 and you send in 15, they reject the whole package. So you have to know what you are doing on these apostilles. Alexis, I see an amen coming. What you want to say?
No. First of all, let's say this. Angela has an amazing apostille course, and I really, really, really highly suggest you all get some training. I have lost money on a couple of assignments I had. I've done so many now, and I kind of pieced my way through the whole apostille thing. But if I could do it over, and if Angela, had her course during that time in my beginning of the journey, I definitely would have taken her course first, because I have lost money, especially with the FedEx fees. It's like Kimmy said, if you have anything wrong, they're sending it back. And you just missed out on $40 right there, $20 there, $20 back, probably a little more than that. And then you still have to get it completed, and it has to still be sent back out. So times whatever that by 2, and whatever you charge. So all of that starts to add up when you start making mistakes. And especially if there's silly little mistakes that, could have been avoided. You have to know what you're doing. It's so important.
Yes. This is not something you want to fake it till you make it, for sure. Okay. I don't recommend that on anything, but especially apostilles. You start talking, you charging somebody $150, $200, $300, $400, and you mess it up. That is not going to be pretty. Okay, Jeff. Right. Are we missing Facebook? We good on questions over there?
It's one thing over here. Denise Vega says everyone gone, but I'm not sure what she was speaking of. Denise, if you want to drop it in the chat, and we'll get it a little bit later.
Okay. Thank you. Jeffrey, back on you.
I'm looking at 621 Nona Davis. She says she's in Maryland. How does she apply her fees?
Fees for what?
For such. I don't know if that means just doing it.
Is she talking about apostilles?
Yes.
The same thing we already said. You're going to look at what kind of document, how far, where is the document traveling to? Go back and check out the videos in the beginning of this. You might have already heard the answer, but you need to know the fees for the Secretary of State. How many FedEx envelopes are involved? Do you have to mail it to the client? They got to mail it back to you. It's just a lot of things you got to know. It's a lot of little details. Before we get to the next question, I do need to do a couple little announcements here. So, guys, I am so excited. You probably heard me mention it on the live last week that I am starting another YouTube channel all about business, all things business. What? And it's called Business Life with Kimmy. And I am ecstatic to announce it. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you. I am so excited to announce it. It's called Business Life with Kimmy. So please check it out. Subscribe. And I know I want to answer a couple questions about this really quick too. So it has been kind of stated, well, why would you start another channel about business when we got the notary business over here? Right. But over here, I really cover all things notary. And this channel is not going away, as we stated last week. This is my bread and butter. I am a notary. I am a notary first. But I also have been blessed with the talent of helping people build businesses. And I built many myself. It's just in my blood. I love talking all things money, all things business. And over here, I can't do what I really want to do. So that's why I have the Business Life with Kimmy. And over there, we're going to talk about everything business related. Okay. Every single thing you want to know about businesses and then some. So please check out Business Life with Kimmy. Again, subscribe, share it with your friends, and follow the tips over there. Because what I'm talking over there can be applied to all businesses. And that's the point. I want to reach a wider audience so I can talk about lawn service. I want to talk about barbershops. I want to talk about everything because there's so many entrepreneurs and people just don't know how to build businesses. We're not taught that. We're just not taught how to do that. So the same tips that I share over here, I will be sharing over there, but just reaching a bigger audience, hopefully, eventually. Okay. So we are not going anywhere. Again, notary is our blood. We are notaries first. And then over there, it'll be all things business, And it's going to be interesting. All things business and money, all things money. So also all the courses, the self-paced courses are 60% off. Coupon code is WIN23. And we are still running that special for one-on-one classes for either Notarize Like a Pro, the loan signing agent course A to Z is $139 to the end of November. One-on-one, not a group. We're doing a group pricing, but you get one-on-one with myself, Angela, or Alexis. And then Angela is also offering a special of $199 on her one-on-one apostille training, the live training, $199. So that is a really good deal. I think it's normally $249 or $299, but just for the month of November. So we won't be doing any group training, but everything will be private one-on-one. So that might be good for you guys. Alexa, did you have anything else you wanted to announce?
No, that's it. And then also, Angela has the online as well. So I don't know if everybody's aware, but she does have the online. So live one-on-one, take advantage of her special, or online for the apostille since we're doing.
And Alexis does have the one-on-one loan signing agent course. I always forget that too. Alexis does have the one-on-one. The self-paced loan signing agent course, as well as the Google My Business course. All of those different ones to help you too. Okay. So we'll get back to our Q&A. Jeffrey, where are we?
We have something at 624 from April Burns.
Okay.
She says that she's in Florida, or in Florida it says $10 and $20 for each document, and a little confused.
Okay, so some of that might be your notarization is only $10, and it is in Florida. You can charge $10 per notarial act in the state of Florida. I don't know what the $20 is. That might be your fee for apostilles. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. But you can look it up yourself right at the Secretary of State website. But I know for sure you can charge $10 per document. So we're not talking about basic notarizations, April. It sounds like you might be a little new. We're talking about the apostille process, not basic notarizations. Mm-hmm.
Now, at 624, Stacy K says $10 for normal and $20 for documents certified by the clerk of the court.
Yeah, so we're not going to get into all that over here tonight. You have to go back. I'll push back and have you know what your state handbook says, what your state law, what they're referring to. And if you need help with the apostille, then you might want to reach out to Angela. Okay, the apostille process. But per document to notarize in Florida is $10. $20 someone told you is for a certification. So I'm not sure. I don't have time to even research all that because we got like 10 more minutes. So do a little homework. If you're still a little confused, you might need to reach out to Angela. Okay.
I think we covered all the questions so far.
Did we? Okay. Let's see. Making sure. Thank you, Notary Down South. I appreciate it. I'm so excited about my new channel because I can cut loose over there about this business. Because some stuff too over there is going to be like, you might feel like, I don't really need to know that as a notary, but depending on what level you are in doing your business, then you might need to know some of the other stuff that we're talking about. Thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you, Lexus. Thank you, everybody. You guys are so sweet. Dorinda, I saw you did your first signing out there. Yay. I saw that in our Facebook group. For those of you who are not members of our Facebook group, it is completely free. And that's how you're going to know when we go live and you'll know all about, we send out notary tips. We're trying to get better about that. So sign up for the Facebook group and you can get help over there. I really was talking about the emails when I just said that, get better at sending emails. sign up for the free Facebook group, Notary Educators, and then free email so you can stay in tune when we go live. I try to send it out whenever we're going live. Okay. And where else are we? Are we at 626?
Let me see here.
Nakia? Yes, because I need help with marketing, new and insurance. I'm not sure what that is. Thank you, Brandon. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the congrats. Are we on? Let me see. Marcy says we're very helpful on everything. We try to be, Marcy. We appreciate it. Good evening, boss. It's Dorinda of KD Integrity. Let's see. All right. I think we have hit everything. Just making sure.
Marcy Lee, I wanted to ask, is the new YouTube channel live right now?
Yes, because it was not live last Monday. It is live, up and running. I actually have 2 videos and some shorts out there. And again, it's next level, and I can be a little looser over there, a little looser with the knowledge, because it just covers a lot more. You have to know your audience. So over here, you guys want it straight up, no chaser. Over there, I can tell more stories, and it's just you gotta know your audience. So yeah, you don't have to look that hard. Let me see, can I put it in the chat? Yes, business life with Kimmy. So what other questions do we have, guys? We got a few more minutes. What other questions do we have? I'm going to put the new URL in there too for the other channel. Yeah, I got my first subscriber. Notary down south. I appreciate it. Yeah, what other questions do you guys have? What else? Y'all check the chat while I get the I
don't see any more questions.
No more questions? We all good? Any wins we celebrating today? Any wins? What's going on in these notary streets? Anything we're celebrating? I know we had a couple people doing their first signings in the Facebook group. That was amazing to see. What else?
It really was. And it just reminded me, like, Q4 is coming to a close. I can't believe it. This year went by so quick. And to get ready for Q1 for 2024, that training, like, I see everybody just winning, especially after they get done training. I get people texting me like, hey, I just did my first one, or I just did my first notarization. I just did my first loan signing. I mean, like, literally almost every day I get a new text from everybody. I love seeing it. So make sure y'all take these trainings so that y'all get ready for Q1 of 2024.
Absolutely. Ms. Dorinda at 6:33 said she got a 5-star review.
Oh,
excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes, that's exactly what we're talking about. Little things like that. That's a first step. That is so good. I'm so excited for you guys. Yes, and we want to celebrate you all. And I saw people with their business cards. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just look at it really quick because we got a second. What's going on in the Facebook group really quick? Because there was so many wins. We were just like ecstatic for all of you, just really quick. Yeah, here was Miss Dorinda. She got her first notarization. Miss Donna, she got her business cards and her little stands for the business cards. I really wanted to find out what she was doing with those too. I'm gonna follow back up with her. But this is all in our Facebook group. Victor made a post, and I love this post. It's actually from November 2nd. His post was, I turned $500 into $50,000. This business has been the best investment I've ever made. I've made so far. So if you do not know Victor, Victor is out of Massachusetts. I'm gonna mess that up.
Uh-oh. what is that?
He's out of Massachusetts.
Oh, don't do that again. Massachusetts. Yeah.
Okay. Let's get the scholar over there. That's my Detroit whatever coming out, y'all. But Victor be killing the game, okay? He's very, very generous with his tips in our group. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a couple of the wins we had. Rachelle did her first notarization. Go, Rachelle. Excellent, excellent. She's on here tonight.
Yeah, she just mentioned it in the chat.
Yep. Afrika did her first notarization. She was in one of my classes. She gave us a huge shout out about the training.
Wow.
So, guys, we are doing it. I'm telling you. And I am looking so forward to 2024. I cannot even scream. Okay. I cannot even
Miss
wait.
Michelle Hunter, what she said, she did her first notarization on Saturday. Appreciate all the encouragement. Excellent work, Miss Rochelle. And yeah, who's that? Nana Cusa said she did her first nursing home last week. Okay.
Yes. Look at this. Look at this. You guys are doing amazing. Hey, Anastasia, what's up, girl? The name of the new channel is Business Life with Kimmy. Business Life with Kimmy. And also it was another one. Deborah is a notary ambassador. She had put that in the group recently. So it's a lot of stuff going on in our Facebook group, guys. I'm really, really encouraging you to join. It's completely free. Also, Miss Quintella, shout out to her because she actually signed up for a fall festival where she lives at somewhere. And she set up a stand and had her business card. She put it very nicely on Facebook to show us what she did with her table set up. So, you know what? We might start doing this weekly, kind of going through a recap of what's in the group. Also, Constant Change. Well, no, she had a question. Hold on. Hers was a question. But we had a lot of wins last week, quite a few. People got their logos. I mean, we saw a lot of progress last week. I'm very excited. And 2024 is right around the corner, like Alexa said. We are in fourth quarter. And so, oh yeah, a few people got their Google pages verified.
Yep.
I'm laughing because we all know what a disaster that can be. But we got a few people that got their Google pages verified. So it was a lot of nice things happening. A lot of nice things. A lot of nice things. Hey, Notary Giant is in the house. He hung out with me last week. That was amazing. Everybody loved our interview together. They loved the interview, Notary Giant. We thank you again for hanging out with us. We'll get you back again. What's that last comment there? We have one more comment.
Door knock last week, passed out cards. This is from Katrina. Participated in the Rice Fest and passed out cards. Also, where are you all appointments coming from? Signing companies or people in the community?
Oh, okay. So I do both. I'm very big on doing both. I'll let Alexa say what she does, and Jeffrey can tell you how we get our business. But we accept signing company jobs. We have direct clients that will call us. We are big on general notary work. And yeah, so we don't play. We take everything. I'm not a person that will tell you, oh, just do signing companies or just go direct. Nope. Wherever the money is coming from, follow the money. Follow the money. Alexis, what do you do?
Same. So now I have my business set up where Google, majority of my Google business page is majority of my general notary work. That's where that comes from, or repeat clients, or word of mouth. I get people that say, "Oh, my friend told me that you're their notary," so forth. And then for loan signings, I have a few direct people I work with, and then I also work with signing companies as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And also, we get our jobs the same way from word of mouth. And when they look at Google, we have gotten jobs from lawyers or what have you, different individuals out of state that's trying to facilitate something local.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll give us a call and ask if we are able to go. And sometimes we did. I think that was last year though. Yeah, we were doing this job. We had to go to a couple of different locations in order to facilitate assigning. The person that wanted us to do the job was out of state. Quick question here from the Notary Giant at 6:39. He wanted to know, should he become a LinkedIn verified?
Yeah, I saw those two questions. I don't even know what. I know Meta has something to do with that. Is it Twitter or something? Or I see that on TikTok or something. The Meta. I don't know anything about it where I can speak authoritatively on it. And I don't even use LinkedIn. It's on my things maybe for 2024 because I see a lot of people using LinkedIn, but I don't use LinkedIn. And I don't know anything about Meta Verify unless Alexis and Jeff can speak to that.
I know Meta, I think, like you said, social media. Facebook, one of them. It's owned by Meta. And then LinkedIn, like I know about LinkedIn, but this aspect of being verified by LinkedIn, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. So Mike could do a little research on it.
Yeah, the same for me. I'm not sure about that.
All right. Katrina says she was verified also on Google. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And I thank you guys who are signing up for the new, subscribing to the new channel. And again, it really will help you in your notary business. I just had to separate it because, like I said, I want to kind of do a deep dive into things over there. So both channels are going to very much take you next level. Between the two, we should be able to answer all your business questions. We should be able to answer all your business questions because we bleed business around here, and I love talking about it. I love talking about it. So it's just a natural fit for us. So guys, we are going to wrap it up now, though. On behalf of Notary Educators and Notary Life with Kimmy, I'm going to thank you all for all of your support. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your journey. All things notary, check out notaryeducatorsllc.com. All things business, check out Business Life with Kimmy. Jeffrey and Alexis, would you guys like to say a little shout out?
Yeah, I just say once again, congratulations for all you that have been able to do some great things that you've mentioned here this evening. And we'll see you in the next live. And thank you for letting us be part of your day-to-day notary journeys.
Yes, and make sure you join our Facebook group if you're not a part of our Facebook group, Notary Educators on Facebook. Join it. Let us know about your wins. If you have any questions, drop your questions. But yeah, we enjoy seeing it, and I enjoy it every Monday.
All right, last question, guys. I sure hate to double back, but Dorinda says, with the notary journal, do we put the cost separate from the stamp? Yes. You make sure you itemize your receipt also. I really wanted to hit that question because I don't want anybody to lose their commission. Will you charge me $55? No, I charge you $20 for travel fee, $10 per document per my state or whatever that is. So you want to make sure you itemize your receipt also, guys. All right. Well, on behalf of everybody, guys, we're going to say good night. And again, thank you all. Bye.
Have a good
Bye
one.
now. See you soon.